In this guitar party number 45, I'm going to share with you the best approach to learning theory. And I'm also going to highlight some common pitfalls that you can avoid that actually make learning theory quite fun. I'm also going to entertain your questions live. We're going to celebrate small wins. I've got some killer announcements. And I'm going to give away not one, not two, but 3 guitars live today. All that and more right after this. My name is Tony Policastro. I'm part of an underground group of acoustic guitar enthusiasts you've probably never heard of. We're not here to play face-melting guitar solos or judge other guitar players. Our purpose is much greater than that. For us, it's about expanding our quality of life through music and having fun with our guitar, not just mastering it. Getting better at guitar is proof that we do have what it takes to be a guitar player, which means we can build stronger bonds with friends and create lasting musical family traditions. But if you asked a guitar snob or a music academic, they would turn up their nose and say their way is better. Yet this way of seeing the guitar is changing lives every single day. We follow a specific framework and set of values that keeps us focused on what matters most: human connection, constant progress, and fun. It's happening, and we call it living the acoustic life. This is our acoustic life, and these are our stories. Welcome, officially welcome to Guitar Party number 45. I can't believe you are here. I can believe you're here. These are awesome. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for taking the time out to join in on this guitar party. Now, here's how the guitar party is going to work. I'm going to start out by teaching a short workshop, 10 to 15 minutes, and today's topic is going to be how best to approach learning music theory. And after that, I'm going to entertain your questions. First, I'll entertain questions involved directly with the workshop, and then we'll kind of broaden our horizons, and we can go to everything from gear to playing to tone woods to hockey to whatever you want to talk about. And then I have announcements that I'll kind of throw in there throughout, and of course we're going to celebrate some small wins. Noah's got some very cool announcements regarding TAC Jam groups, so we'll sprinkle those in as well. And of course I'm going to be giving away guitars, plural, today, and I'm super pumped to be here. And of course, making the guitar party happen, making it totally tubular, extra radical, and ultimately gnarly are none other than Sir Noah Jacob Heckman Jr. the first, and Levi Kawila, the man with the technical plan. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are awesome.
Oh, here we are. Oh, I couldn't figure out how to get us on.
I saw your face, and I was like, he's not showing those guys.
But it only happens when you call me the man with the technical plan. If you just stop calling me that, then everything would work fine.
Mm-hmm. I think you get added. It must be added anxiety when I say that.
Yeah, really sets up the expectations.
Sorry.
So,
well, I mean, it's just you're the man with the plan. It doesn't necessarily have. It could be, a plan with detours. It doesn't have to be the ultimate plan.
We have a couple dart cams today. Here's one. See if I can do it. There's one. We got a close up today. What are you using the dart cam for today?
Well, Levi, I'm really glad you asked.
Okay.
I'm going to give away a guitar, a Martin Dreadnought Jr. to. First of all, let me back up. Every Tony's Acoustic Challenge member that happened to complete last month's practice plan, every single daily exercise, playing each of those exercises for a minimum of 10 minutes, gets put on a sheet. Their profile picture gets put on a sheet, which I print out, and then I go ahead and put it, on that dartboard behind me. And then at a certain point in the show, generally towards the end, I'll throw a dart at the loving faces staring back at me from that sheet, and whomever the dart lands on actually will win the Martin Dreadnought Jr., shipped directly to your door, which is a very exciting portion of the show. And I've got this really cool thing. Well, I guess it's not visually appealing, but it's pretty cool.
A milk carton?
Yeah, it's a milk jug. But this is very cool, and I'll explain the details on this and how this is going to work later.
I was wondering what you were doing in there, just cutting things up and just.
Yeah, well, I had to go through our craft cabinet, and I moved the popsicle sticks and the googly eyes and the pipe cleaners out of the way to get the scissors and the milk jug. But I succeeded, and you'll see my craft project at the end of today's guitar party. But without further ado, let me dive into a topic that, quite frankly, it's pretty loaded, and that is music theory. I really think the approach to learning music theory, let me first say that it is, at a certain point, necessary to any guitar player. However, it's not something that I don't think you put it as number one on your checklist. Now, I've actually made this statement before, and it's caused quite a stir, and I'm okay with that. But quite honestly, I don't think it should be number one on anybody's list, and here's why. And this kind of will help me. This will help me relay my whole approach to learning theory and the best way to do it to avoid pitfalls. And let me just start out by saying this: that learning music theory conjures up some very interesting images in my mind, anyways. Usually I think of stacks of books, I think of chalkboards, I think of kind of a very sterile mental image, right? And I think that's the number one pitfall. I think we all come to a point in time in our guitar journey that we think, oh, we should learn a little bit more about this instrument. We should learn some of the music theory that goes into playing. Again, accurate statement. But I don't think that's the first thing anybody should do. I just want to be clear on that, because if you go into learning music theory and you just go ahead and get a book and you're brand new to guitar, you're trying to not only learn a bunch of theory, but you're also trying to learn how to physically manage the guitar. And those are two very difficult things to combine at once. And generally speaking, I find that learning that theory while you're just starting, because of the huge, vast amount of theory that's out there, can really kind of lead you to a dead end and make it not fun. Now, I don't want that for anybody. So I'm going to share with you an approach right now that maybe it's less of an approach and more of a perspective on how best to learn theory and bring theory into your playing wherever you're currently at. Because I kind of went through this phase where I went really headlong into theory. I'm talking books and books and books. And without the proper context, theory is really hard to internalize and remember. And I say this coming from, let's say you're new to guitar and you heard somebody say, a fellow guitar geek say, you should really learn a bunch of theory. Again, accurate statement. But if you're not ready to process that information and apply it to your guitar, it's very difficult to internalize and ultimately see the benefit of that theory. And again, as I mentioned, there's so much out there. You look at theory books in any music store or library, there's some substantial books out there. Almost, think of the Encyclopedia Britannica. There's a lot of information. So how best do you approach learning theory? Well, I want you to think of you, okay? Imagine this with me. You're a guitar player. Well, you're already a guitar player. We know that. So here you are. Have you ever seen the Miley Cyrus video, Wrecking Ball? She's swinging on a wrecking ball, okay? I want you to picture yourself as Miley Cyrus. Not with the same clothing, maybe guitar in hand, swinging on the wrecking ball, okay? You're on this pendulum, and you're swinging between 2 points, okay? You've got the physical approach to learning guitar. Think of the physical approach as making the right chords, hitting the right notes, creating buzz-free chords, playing songs. That's the physical approach, actually physically carrying out things on the guitar that sound pleasing to your ear. And then on the other side, we've got the mental approach, understanding what you're playing, okay? Understanding that, hey, when I play a chord, I'm actually playing a minimum of 3 notes at once, and they're interacting in a way that makes the chord sound full. And if I change some of those notes, it'll actually change the nature of the chord. That's the mental side, okay? So we've got physical and we've got mental. And here you are impersonating Miley Cyrus in the middle, swinging around, okay? Very oftentimes when we start playing guitar, that wrecking ball that we're on, the pendulum, is swung towards the physical side of playing guitar. And that's okay. Both of these sides are extremely valuable. But each side actually informs the other, and you swing back and forth. Okay? So when you start playing guitar, you're mostly on the physical side. Very, very rarely do you care why you're doing something. Very rarely do you want to really get into the reasoning as to the way certain things work. You just want to play something on the guitar that sounds good. You're new to guitar. You want to make good noise so you can show friends, so you can feel amazing and say, you know what, I can play guitar. And a lot of times that falls in that physical category. Sometimes you don't even know what chords you're playing, and that's totally fine. In fact, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful state of a kind of that new, you're new to guitar. It's like, it's ignorance, but the best kind, okay? It's not a malicious ignorance. It's not that you don't want to know. It's just that you're making beautiful sounds. And it's okay to live on that physical side, that physical execution of making awesome things when you first start the guitar. But at a certain time, when you're on that physical side, you'll start to amass knowledge, you'll start to be able to carry things out, but you're going to start to ask questions. Why does this chord sound good with this chord? Why does that note, when I play it, sound so wrong in this instance, but really right in another instance? What are these scale things that people are, I'm playing scales, but what are they? Well, now the pendulum starts to swing over to the mental side, okay? So you have this base of physical execution, technique, things that you can do on the guitar. Now, you, as Miley Cyrus, you're swinging over to that mental side, and you're starting to ask the questions, why? Okay? That side is so important. The physical side's important because you learn stuff. You can do things. You're coming over to the mental side because now you want to figure out why. Okay? So you're over on this mental side, and all of a sudden you start to learn, okay, well, G, C, and D, those sound really good together. Why? Well, on the mental side, you learn that. Okay? You learn why G, C, and D sound good together. Well, because they're in the same key. And you learn why you can play a G major scale over chords in the key of G, and it'll sound good. That's what you learn on the mental side. But the beautiful thing about the mental side is once you're over there, you're going to get your questions answered. But it's going to lead to more questions, and it's going to lead to a yearning to come back to the physical side and actually start carrying out the things that you now know the reasoning behind. Okay, so now the pendulum swings back to the physical side. You're applying things. What does the physical side lead to? More questions. So then you have the right context to swing back to the mental side and ask the right questions for the context you now have, so that when you come back from that mental side back to the physical side, you can carry out even more. So I think the problem here is that so often we pigeonhole ourselves, and I'm just as guilty of this as any guitar player. And so I'm not exempt from this. This is the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic today. Is we pigeonhole ourselves into one thing. Oh, I'm going to be able to I want to play really fast. Okay. Well, playing really fast has everything to do with the physical side and very little to do with the mental side. Okay. That's okay. But I don't want us to live just in one element, in one side of the spectrum. Okay? And I also don't want, for the next year I'm just going to study theory and that's it. That's fine if you do that. But make sure you don't forget about that other side of the spectrum. And too often I see these bold statements saying, "Oh, you're going to master the physical side, you're going to master the theory side." No. I want you to swing in between the two. You'll have a much more fulfilling experience. Your guitar playing will become enriched and you'll be informed, regardless of what side you're on, knowing that, hey, I'm on the mental side right now, and that's okay. I might not be practicing my speed right now, but I'm learning all this really critical foundational stuff. Or vice versa. I'm on the physical side right now. I'm getting fast. I'm understanding how these chords are working together. Or I'm learning how to transition in between chords. But I know at some point I'm going to swing back over to that mental side and learn why. Okay? Just embracing where you're at. Okay? As you're impersonating Miley Cyrus, swinging back and forth. Okay? So I know it's a little bit of a rant, but really, truly, I wanted you to have that visual because both sides are so important. And you can't have one without the other. In fact, they both inform one another. And for those of you who have ever asked the question, let's say you're on that physical side and you think, I am having some questions about that other side. Or maybe some of you are on the mental side thinking, I need to know more about theory. I want to know more about what I'm doing. There's an opportunity, and I was going to say this for an announcement, but I figured it's a great segue, and I want to share it with you right now. I want you to mark your calendars for April 23rd. Okay, April 23rd, there's going to be a free workshop offered to you about what I call the Foundational Five. I referenced at the beginning of my rant that a lot of times approaching music theory, there's this vast expanse of all the things you could study. Well, I've boiled it down to the 5 absolutely foundational things that you need to know as a guitar player that every topic in music theory ultimately comes back to. So if you know these foundations, you can swing back and forth on that pendulum, and as long as you have these solid 5 pieces of foundation, you'll be able to grow in a very fruitful way in your journey in understanding music theory at large, okay? So again, April 23rd, I'm going to be putting on a workshop discussing these foundational 5 concepts. So again, whether you're on that physical side and you think, I need to know more, or you're on that mental side and you're thinking, okay, there's a lot of topics I'm learning here, but I need to know the core pieces. This workshop is absolutely for you, okay? It's in conjunction with the launch of the Fretboard Wizard course. But again, this workshop is completely free. All you have to do to sign up for it is go to fretwiz.com, and there's going to be a button where you can join the wait list for Fretboard Wizard. Okay, and it's very crucial that you do that, because by doing that, you'll be informed when this free workshop is going to happen. Again, it's April 23rd at I think 11. Is that what we decided, or is it just opening then?
It's probably going to be actually that morning.
Oh, okay. It's going to be the morning of April 23rd. So make sure to go to fretwiz.com, sign up for the wait list. You'll be informed about this workshop. And in that workshop, I'm going to discuss the musical alphabet. I'm going to discuss major scales. I'm going to discuss the chord matrix and how useful that is and how you can create one. I'm going to discuss chord tonality, what makes a chord major and minor, and why that's important. And also, I'm going to shed some light on the caged system. And I'm doing this in a way that I think this is so foundational. I wanted to make this information available to everybody for free. So please sign up for that. I think it's something that will definitely create some light bulb moments and allow you to swing maybe from that physical end of the pendulum back to the mental. Or if you learn things in this workshop and you're on that mental side, you might be able to swing back to the physical side and start to apply the stuff immediately. So with that being said, again, fretwiz.com, don't forget to sign up for that wait list. Hopefully that shed a little bit of light on how best you can approach learning. I think it's nice to zoom out every once in a while and actually evaluate, how am I learning the guitar? With that, I'd like to open the floor up to any questions you guys might have regarding that whole notion, or again, anything playing specific. I'm happy to discuss that as well.
Well, Tony, there was some interesting chatter on the Miley Cyrus analogy.
Oh, good. I really want to have a visual. I mean, you can share some of that if you wish.
People want more. They want more of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, visual is powerful. That's all I
Well,
gotta say.
I mean,
Ian really liked it.
okay, good. I don't want to offend Miley Cyrus, and I don't want to offend anybody by talking about Miley Cyrus. In fact, I'll say this. Miley Cyrus has one of my favorite female voices, period. I'm not kidding. Levi just cringed at me, but you got to hear her.
All right.
She covers this Bob Dylan.
No. I have to interrupt you. This will probably, hopefully, ruin this forever for you, but I cannot get over the fact that I am certain that Miley Cyrus's voice sounds exactly like Arnold from Different Strokes. And I just I can't get over that.
Maybe in the pop realm, but you have to hear her cover of Jolene. You have to hear her cover of You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When I Go. It's a Bob Dylan tune. Those two right there prove my point about Miley Cyrus's voice. That's all I got to say.
I do have to agree with you. She does not have a bad voice.
You don't get the Arnold from Different Strokes? No?
Nope.
No?
Don't say I do.
I'm going to have to actually watch some of that just to kind of put Levi's. It's going to ruin it for me.
I think we're going to be visiting YouTube after this.
Yeah.
Got some questions for you, Tony.
Yeah, fire away.
All right, so Adam asked this question, and he asked it early on, so maybe you covered it to some degree a little later, but I'll ask it again.
Sure.
It's good to recap anyway. If learning theory isn't necessarily a priority, where would you put learning to sight read music on your priority scale?
I strongly believe that questions actually direct your learning path. Okay, so this is, and I say this because this is different for everybody. And I wanted to offer that visual of swinging back and forth because we're all on our own guitar journey, okay? For some of us, sight reading is extremely important. It's a very good skill. For some of us, it doesn't even cross our radar. And that's totally fine. Whatever camp you're in, or if you're somewhere in the middle, it's fine. But your unique context with the guitar and the questions that you have applicable to your unique context, where you're at, actually directs what you're going to learn next and what's most applicable for you. Okay, so for in this instance of sight reading, I personally, that's not high on my priority list because I'm not faced with a lot of situations where I have to read music. Now, can I read music? Yes, I can read music. It takes me forever, but I can. It's just not something that I'm surrounded with often enough for me to dedicate a large amount of time to quickening my sight reading skills. However, if I was playing in a string quartet, if I was doing guitar for them, I would be talking in a whole different way, because then it raises a priority. So I'm a firm believer in that. Your unique questions that take into account where you're at and what's most useful to you will direct your learning path. And it sounds like, if you're interested in sight reading, there's an application that's pretty it's pretty prominent in your guitar journey, and that's why you would pursue that. Do I think, even if you're curious about it, should you do it? Yeah, explore it. Absolutely. Give it a shot. I mean, there's no one right path. It's the guitar journey is unique to each and every one of us. And again, where we're at directs the questions we ask, and that directs kind of where our route of learning will follow.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
Got a couple more coming your way. I did want to take a moment, though. I do want to give some shout-outs to those who have jumped in on the guitar party today.
Heck yeah.
We have Thomas C. First time he's made it in a year. So it's his first hangout today, Thomas.
And he got the Miley Cyrus visual and all. That's fantastic.
We got
welcome, Thomas.
David B. From Winter Park, Florida. Alan K. from Carlsbad, California.
Cool.
We have Heinzscher from Deutschland.
Nice.
We got Eric B. from Calgary. Don Howard from Dallas-Fort Worth. If I read this right, Drapero from Scotland. Terry D. from Athens, Alabama.
Cool.
Kevin W. from St. Louis, Missouri. Robert M. Grand Rapids, Michigan. John R. North Myrtle Beach. Dar from Alberta.
Awesome.
Joseph from the Netherlands. Steve from Orange, California.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Cheers to you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for
welcome
being here. Thanks for sharing
everyone.
your time with us.
And right into the next question comes from Tom C. On the weekly practice plans for Fridays, it seems like each time we have a scale that covers all naturally occurring notes in a key, you substitute another chord for the diminished seventh. For example, last week you substituted the E7 chord for the G sharp diminished chord. Is there reason for that?
Absolutely. So this is a great example of you're playing through something, maybe a couple Fridays in a row, maybe a couple months in a row, and there's this nagging question. So now your pendulum's actually swung from the physical execution of it to like, okay, why the hell are we doing this? Right? So let's talk about that substitution. So I'm going to throw out what I like to call a universal rule, and this is applicable in any key for any major scale. Okay, so you have any key, that key's major scale, there's a chord attached to each of those notes. Okay, and that's what we look at key chords. Some people approach it from I'm learning transitions and learning how to physically execute it. That's fine. Other people look at it more from a zoomed out theory perspective, and that's kind of where this falls. So that substitution in any key, major key, the seventh degree will result, if we look at the naturally occurring notes, the seventh degree will result in a diminished chord, right? Well, we can actually substitute that diminished chord based on the seventh degree with what's called the dominant 7 chord. So here's the formula, okay? So you have any major scale. You look at that seventh degree and you think, okay, let's take C, for example, the key of C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Seventh degree B, there's a B diminished in that key, okay? It's a seventh degree, it's a diminished chord. You can look at the fifth degree of that scale, which in this case would be G, and play the dominant 7 chord based on that particular note. So in the key of C, it would be a G7, right? You can play that G7 and substitute for that B diminished. They actually share notes, and they actually serve the same purpose. The purpose of that diminished chord is to create this unsettled feeling of I have to get back to home position, or the 1 chord, right? Well, in the key of C, you can achieve that with a B diminished, or you can achieve that with a G7. Both will pull you to that 1 chord because they share notes, right? So that's a universal rule. So whatever key you're in, major scale, look at that major scale, look at that 7th degree, that's a naturally occurring diminished chord. You can use the 5th degree as a substitute as long as you play the dominant 7 chord. So hopefully that helps and sheds a little bit of light, or creates a light bulb moment. But definitely keep that in mind when we look at particularly the mixed version of the mixed version of the key chords. Usually happens on the 4th week of the month, where you get kind of that bigger view of all the chords within a key. I'll use that substitution often because I feel that those dominant 7 chords are a little bit more useful. They're easier to make. They're more familiar. So that's why I go that route. Cool, man.
Right on. Thanks, Tony. Now, Tom S. asked this question, and he says he was fishing a little bit for the giveaway today, but nevertheless, I think it could be turned into a informative question.
Okay, great.
He says, is it better to have pretty much a separate guitar that has open tuning, switching back and forth to standard?
Well, certainly say this, it's easier, right? So, and I'll also say this, if you only have one guitar and you find yourself switching from, say, standard tuning to open D, it's always an option to get another guitar. I'm going to throw that out there. Use that however you wish. But generally speaking, yeah, it's nice to have a guitar that's in an open tuning, because then there's no tuning back and forth. Now, there's nothing wrong with tuning back and forth, but if you do it enough, the strings by the tuner posts actually can become weakened. And you can have some string breakage. Now, this isn't a super common occurrence, but say, every day you're in standard tuning, you go to open D, and then you come back. Think of it a lot like a paperclip, right? If you're in school and you're bored and you're bending a paperclip back and forth, at first it's hard to bend it back and forth, but eventually it becomes weaker and weaker and ultimately divides in half. That's what happens to your strings the more you tune them down and up again. So just keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with tuning back and forth, but after a while the strings will fatigue, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So another guitar for that tuning with maybe specific string gauges that would accommodate that tuning is a great idea if you find yourself always going to that other tuning.
So Tony I. Heischner says, wow, light bulb. And 2008 D. Bravo says, light bulb moment for me on the diminished chord substitution.
Cool.
Ryan says, music theory equals algebra class.
It can. I mean, in some instances, it feels that way.
Yeah, and some great comments on Fretboard Wizard too. Fletch was saying, "Hope I get to rewatch the replay," which you will. Yeah, the replay will be made available. And sorry, people make comments and then it shoots up, but I'm trying to read it. Oh yeah, so Brian says, was saying to Fletch, I didn't know any of this, and after FretWiz, I get it much more quickly and easier now.
Oh, cool.
Although he says I'm still not great physically at playing, but all this makes sense to him now. So got some. All right, cracking the LaCroix. Got to do that.
I wanted to make a quick mention on Fretboard Wizard specifically because it is the enrollment for Fretboard Wizard is coming up. Again, the Foundational 5 workshop is totally free. If you're just kind of curious, I would strongly recommend checking it out. Again, that's fretwiz.com. That'll put you on the wait list, and you'll be in the loop for all of the workshop happenings. But for those FretWiz alumni, for those of you who have gone through it, maybe you went through it the first and second time, this time around, I've actually made some adjustments. We can call it the new and improved Fretboard Wizard course. I've actually added a few lessons. I've taken into account a lot of the questions that happened during the Q&A, a lot of the common confusion points, and I've actually made specific lessons addressing those questions. So I think for those Fretboard Wizard alumni, coming through this round of the Fretboard Wizard will lead to many more light bulb moments because there's some added lessons that I think you'll really, really dig. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it for now. No more questions coming in on the theory stuff.
Can I make an announcement? Can I do that, Levi?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Oh yeah, by the way, you know you're a guitar geek when you're taking a sick day off from work and you listen to Tony talk about theory. Makes sense to me. That's from Judy.
Thanks, Judy. Hopefully it was I hope you're feeling okay, first of all, and I hope you're enjoying the guitar party thus far. And I have a really cool announcement involving the Tony's Acoustic Challenge Academy. There's been a lot of talk recently about adding things to the Academy, and I have a lot of courses in the works. Some in the development stages, some about ready to be filmed, and this one in particular has been filmed and placed in the Academy for your enjoyment. And it's called Fingerstyle Boot Camp. Okay, it's the first course of its kind in the TAC Academy, and I'm super pumped for this course because a lot of those courses in there, say look at the fingerstyle jumpstart or flat picking jumpstart, right? You go to that course to learn a very specific skill, and by the end of that course, the idea is that you can then execute that skill with a little bit more confidence. But where do you go from there, right? Yeah, it's going to help you with your daily practice because we do flat picking and finger picking. But where do you go from there? How do you further refine your skill? Well, you visit the related boot camp course. So Fingerstyle Boot Camp is the very course that just got released into the Academy literally about 10 minutes ago. And I think I have to change the release date on that. You might not be able to access it right this very second, but I can tell you once this guitar party's done, I just got to press a magic button and then it's in. But Fingerstyle Boot Camp, here's the premise of this course. It's a place to go. Think of it as an obstacle course for fingerstyle, if you will. It's a place to go to really refine your skills. The exercises that are presented to you in this boot camp are challenging. They're very challenging because there's a lot of patterns, there's a lot of weird things thrown your way, much like an obstacle course, right? If you're standing at the beginning of an obstacle course, you might be like, oh, I love running through the tires, but when it comes to the rope climb, I'm scared of heights. I don't want to do that. There's kind of the same vibe with this fingerstyle boot camp because there's some things in there that you're going to be like, wow, this clicks immediately. There's other things that are a little wild and a little out there that are going to take you a bit of time to actually really get. But the whole point is the point of the boot camp is a course that you can go to time and time again. This is a course you can revisit, keep going through, right? You go through it once and think, wow, that was intense. I'm going to visit that again in 2 months and see how far I've progressed. Right, that's the whole notion of the boot camp course. So it's useful beyond just one go through. I want you to go through this course once every couple months, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about when you go through Fingerstyle Boot Camp. There's some stuff in there you're gonna think, man, I nailed this, and there's other exercises that you're gonna be like, what on earth is this? And that's all a good thing because it's going to help you develop that unconscious finger movement that we all want as fingerstyle players, and you're going to get to hear a really cool guitar in that course. I'm actually using I can say this now, my newly purchased Mule Tricone resonator that was initially sent here for review, and then I contacted Matt at Mule Guitars and I said, I really don't think you're going to get this guitar back because it's really amazing. And he's like, okay. So we worked out a deal. I sent him my shekels and I got myself a Mule. So you'll be able to see that guitar in the course as well. So again, that's Fingerstyle Boot Camp. You'll see it located in Foundation 4. Now to unlock that course, you'll have had to gone through the Fingerstyle Jumpstart course. So if you haven't done that one yet, please do that one, and then that'll unlock the Fingerstyle Boot Camp, which I know you're going to totally dig.
So Cole says yes. Kate says Fingerstyle Boot Camp, yay. Brian,
Thanks for the added color there,
Yeah,
Noah.
yeah, Brian says Tony's crushing it today. I wanted to get better at fingerstyle. Okay.
Let's just put it this way. Some of the exercises in there, I wrote, and then as we went through filming them, I was like, wow, this is the exact stuff that I want, right? It's as I sat down to do it, I was like, this is really challenging. And at first I was getting frustrated, but as I kept going through it, I was like, this is awesome. And by the end of that filming session, I was like, this helped just by virtue of filming this course. this helped me become a better fingerstyle player. I was doing combinations and weird stuff that I normally don't do. It's well out of my comfort zone. So I'm super excited to hear your feedback on the course.
I was watching you.
You were.
As you were working through that.
I'm glad you phrased it as I was working through it. You didn't add any other descriptive color to that statement.
By the way, there's more. Okay. Sandra says, "Yay, more finger style stuff. I need help." Scott says, "Great." JC says, "Woohoo, boot camp." Yes. Oh, question popped in.
Yeah.
Kind of bouncing back to Fretboard Wizard.
Sure.
Gus asked, if you've gone through Fretboard Wizard before, are you in automatically?
Oh, yeah. So I'm sorry. I should have made that clear. Anybody that has gone through Fretboard Wizard thus far, Fretboard Wizard alumni, you're welcome to go through any of the future iterations of Fretboard Wizard. You're already in, so you're good to go. You don't have to pay again, since it is an add-on to your membership. Once you've gone through it, you've got full access to any future iterations of Fretboard Wizard. So I welcome you to come through the next one too.
What what would you anticipate as the kind of experience if an alum is going through? I mean, I know you've talked about the power of going back through several times.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
well, I think
they're also, you're encouraging them to go through, not just saying you can, but like,
oh yeah, I mean, I want you to be there.
opportunities-
There's two unique things that happen, and actually, the what I was discussing at the very beginning of today is exactly what will happen, right? So for you Fretboard Wizard alumni, you've gone through the course. You've swung that pendulum to the mental side, and you've gotten all this information and how you can apply it to the guitar. And you're away from Fretboard Wizard for a while, so you've started doing the daily practices, and you're in that realm, you're on that physical side, applying those things that you learned. But I'm sure more questions have come up. And I think the Fretboard Wizard course is unique in that it really boils things down to the applicable necessities that you need to understand music theory. Right, you're building a solid foundation so you can start to understand and grow in whatever direction you want to go in music theory. But as you come back through that Fretboard Wizard course again, that same information, you're going to be looking at it through different eyes, right? And you're going to be pulling out actually even further lessons, which is incredible. It's the same information, but because of your new context, you're going to learn new lessons. You're going to have new light bulb moments that you didn't have the first time through. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. The second thing that's going to happen, and this is something that anybody who has ever taught anybody else guitar, or really anything for that matter, when you are trying to help somebody out, if somebody asks a question and you're like, I know the answer, I'm going to help you, which is a lot of times what happens in the Fretboard Wizard course. When you try and communicate that information, it further solidifies the information for you. So going through that Fretboard Wizard course again as an alumni will give you the opportunity to learn additional lessons because of the new context, but it's also going to allow you to help out your fellow guitar geeks, the people that are brand new to Fretboard Wizard, and in doing so, you're going to further cement the knowledge that you've already amassed. So it's really kind of a cool two birds with one stone scenario. Was that
that's always
double-edged sword?
That's always a good one to use. You just throw that in there.
I'm sorry. I like
2 for 1 special.
I like feeding two birds with one seed.
Oh, okay, sure. That's really
I've never
that's
heard
a very
that one.
altruistic view of the
right.
It's a not killing approach.
Right. It's
I like it.
Very positive.
Very positive.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Oh man.
It's okay.
What do you have, Noah?
Yeah.
Well, Fletch said his wife wants to know what product you use on your beard or products.
Yeah, so this is great. I'm glad you asked because I actually have to reorder some. I found this shampoo on Amazon. It's
Sorry.
It's either Dr. or Professor Fuzzworthy's soap. There's a tea tree oil one and there's an apple cider vinegar one. And I've tried both, and I'll say confidently the tea tree oil one is far superior. Professor Fuzzworthy's, it's an Australian company. It's a little block of soap. It looks like a little square of bar soap. It lasts for a long time. It creates a nice shine. And that's all I got for you. There's oils. There's also, I'll say that there's oils and what's the other product? Like balms that you can get. There's 2 companies, Grave Before Shave, which is a great one, and also the Roughneck beard company, which Matt from Eddie's Guitars actually turned me on to as well. So those are 2 other ones you can check out.
So fellas, what if we were to recap what's upcoming here in this in the rest of this?
Oh, more fashion tips, of course, but beyond that, I've got Noah's got some really cool stuff on TAC Jam Groups that I'm sure he's very excited to announce. There's been some really cool developments in that department. And also, well, there's an announcement that's pertinent to a show that we do that, that one's going to be a little bit later that you're going to totally want to hear because for any Acoustic Tuesday viewer, you'll dig that. And, of course, I have to give away a guitar for the folks that finished the practice plan in March, but there's 2 other guitars that I'm going to give away as well. So there's still a lot in store.
So you're giving away 3 guitars today.
3.
Okay.
Not 1,
Didn't
Levi.
you do that last
Not
week?
2, Levi.
Or last month?
But 3.
3.
Levi.
3 guitars. Amazing.
Trace.
Wasn't there 3 last month too?
No.
No?
No.
There was 1.
You're
last
wrong.
month.
Okay, fine.
Noah.
I feel like we're just
The months
generous.
the months run together. It's okay.
It does.
So, do you guys want to hit questions, or what do you want to do? What's next up on the list, Tony?
Well,
I don't have the list, but you do.
Is there any like pertinent questions? Because we can
Nope.
just launch right into your.
We've covered them
announcement.
all. Yep. I got some small batch of small wins that I know is coming up.
Yep, that's coming up.
But let's jump in. Let me jump into the Jam Club update.
Yeah, explain to us what the Jam Club is, and then I know you got some. Here you go, Noah. Go for it.
Okay. Which way am I looking? Is it just me and Tony, Levi, or am I looking right?
It's all you. It's all you.
It's all me.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. My apologies to those watching from home. So don't know if you've been there yet, there is in the community forum, there is actually a club page that you can go to and it tells a little bit about what is a jam club. So let me recap. A jam club is a group of 3 to 12 people, generally within a 25-mile radius, who get together regularly to play guitar in person. And you might be wondering, well, how does one go about getting in a jam club or even starting a jam club? Well, if you're interested in starting a jam club, right, each club has a designated owner of the club who will kind of facilitate and run things. So just go to that club page in the community forum, and it gives you instructions. You can message me directly in the community forum, and I will get you going from there if you're interested. Now, as far as joining a club, what you could do now is you can also go to that club page, and you will see on the map where clubs are located, and there's even a list of current clubs that are active. And if there is one in your area and you think you're interested, you can click a request to join on that club, and then that request will go immediately to that club leader, and then they will be able to get back to you and start getting you involved and going in that direction. So there's clubs in a nutshell.
That was good. That was a good summary.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We do have 2 new clubs to announce this month. If you haven't and you have time, I encourage you to go back and watch last month's guitar party, where we kind of announced that we were going to be focusing a little more on the jam club groups and just kind of wanting to go to the next level with that, because of course our ultimate vision is TAC global domination, and we want someone to travel between cities and towns and states and even countries, and not go very far without coming across another TAC Jam Club.
Did you now, on that same vein?
Yes.
Didn't you also say at one point that your goal, as kind of TAC Jam Group commander,
Yes.
and I'm using commander very specifically, you wanted a TAC Jam Club in space?
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it was a moment of inspiration. The muse hit me in an instant, and I just blurted out that I want to see a TAC Jam Club group on the space station, on the International Space Station.
Yeah.
Not China's recent one that just crashed near Taiwan or whatever it was and fell out of the sky. Sorry. Okay, so yes, I want to see a TAC Jam Club on the International Space Station. All right, so I want to give a congratulations to the 2 new jam clubs I got started this past month. The first one is the Jam Club group name is the Windy City Half and Whole Notes, led by Denny S., and that's the Chicago area.
All right.
And then and he's got 11 members now.
Oh,
And then the other one is the Well-Strung Pluckers in Calgary. That's in Canada. I found that out.
Yeah.
I figured that out. Wait a minute. It's like Canada's one of those things like, why is there like 3 different names? Is it Alberta? Is it Calgary? Is it Canada? But I think I got it all situated and squared away now.
Good job.
That is led by Eric B. And by the way, okay, that's a red letter thing. The Well-Strung Pluckers is the first TAC Jam Club in Canada.
That's fantastic.
The first official jam club in Canada.
What's the name of their group again?
Yeah, I know you like it so much. The Well-Strung Pluckers.
All right.
In Calgary, led by Eric B.
And
Fantastic.
Speaking of the first Canada Jam Club, Fletch is asking any UK Jam Clubs out there, and as of yet, no, Fletch. So
I will say though, darn, where's Ian located?
Ian S.
Yeah, Ian, where are you at? Because Ian has expressed an interest in wanting to get a club going. I couldn't remember if he was in Scotland or if he was in the UK.
I can't remember either. I was going to say it was either Scotland or UK.
Right.
I know he likes Scotch. That's why I think I have Scotland in my head.
Yes, absolutely. So anyway, we'll get on that and see what information comes back there. Okay, and let's see. So went over how to start a jam club. That's all good. Now another thing we're doing is we're having a monthly, what we're calling a roundtable meeting for jam club leaders. So I just wanted to announce here real quick that next Wednesday, the 11th, we're going to have our next Jam Club Leader Roundtable meeting. I'm going to get an email out to all the Jam Club leaders with all the details on that. And that's just to kind of catch up after last month's meeting and just bring an update on some things we were talking about there. Now, after that, we're going to lock into a regular scheduled meeting the last Wednesday of every month. So essentially, that'll give us a little bit of time before the next Guitar Party Hangout for any announcements that we could share of goings-on in the clubs, and give a little time for those who couldn't make it to, get me what's going on with them as well. So that roundtable meeting will be next Wednesday. I'll get an email out on that. Now, okay, so unless you guys have any comments or questions at this point, there's one more thing I'd like to hit.
I'm sitting here just in awe.
Yeah, it's
You are commanding right now.
Yeah, I knew where you were going with the commander thing, but I also couldn't help but remember my bike. my bike get up.
The commander was more directed at the space station thing. So I was like, Space Commander.
Right.
But
wait a minute.
you're commanding.
By the way,
yeah.
Arvo was like, Scotland or UK? Hello, geography.
It's the same, isn't it? It's the same, isn't it? I'm just like not doing my homework.
Yeah.
I thought
need
that
a
was
globe
Tony.
here.
I don't think it was you. Okay, anyway, so your thing. Is this your...
Okay.
Because I got the shout out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. So not only did we get to congratulate Eric B. and the Well-Strung Pluckers in Calgary as being the first Canada TAC Jam Club, they also sent us a nice little surprise that Levi's going to share with you right now.
Good. Okay, we are the Well-Strung Pluckers from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Guitar Geeks Unite!
That's awesome.
That is so cool. Thank you for that, Guitar Geeks Unite shout out. Am I wrong? We want to see more of those.
Oh,
my
you're
gosh.
dead on right there. You are correct.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Last thing up for.
So in other words, send them in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get more of those. How do they send them? How do they do them? How would you suggest going about that?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you exactly what it seemed that the Well-Strung Pluckers did. They simply recorded their Guitar Geeks Unite on their device, their phone, uploaded it to one of their YouTube channels, and then just simply shared the link. And you can do that by emailing the link to support@tonypolicastro.com, and that will come directly to me, and I will get that link, and then I will be able to share that video with Tony and Levi and the rest of the world. Pretty straightforward there, right?
Love it. Okay,
Okay.
sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
It's okay. All right, last item is And let me jump over to, so Joanne B wrote in a couple weeks ago now, and this was about jam clubs, but specifically virtual jam clubs. And so it just, of course, like Levi was just commenting earlier, the best ideas come from all of you. And so not only did they have the idea of doing a virtual type of hangout, but they just went ahead and did it and started doing it and was seeing how it went and the issues that popped up and how they can fix those issues. So that being said, yes, I think all of us are on board with this idea of having virtual hangouts between members. We're currently using Zoom.
It is Zoom. I'll have to look up the URL.
Yes.
But yeah, Zoom is conferencing software, and it's free.
Yeah, there you go. Free conferencing software that they're using to do that. So we want feedback from you. This is something we definitely would want to get behind and would want to see spread like wildfire. Getting to jam and hang out with your TAC member friends all over the world. We would like, however, some specific feedback on what works and what doesn't work. And so even now, if you have ideas or comments about this idea of having virtual clubs, we want to hear about it. So please comment below or message. You can message me in the community forum or even shoot us an email. We're just interested all around in what you think and what you think will work.
So John Larson also sort of asked that same question, and to ask, I guess, to add a layer or another parallel to what Noah is asking is, how would you imagine using an online jam club? We feel like it's kind of hard to jam on video conferencing over the internet, but what are some of the uses? I think Noah mentioned specific ideas like, let's say you have 5 to 10 people all on the video at once, muting everybody except one person and having them practice an open mic type of a scenario. Or having an online jam club protocol where you get together and it's just as much of a accountability function as anything. So maybe there's accountability to it. Maybe there's, sharing music. We don't know. We're very, very curious. People have always brought up this idea of an online jam club. Of course, technologically speaking, I'm very skeptical as far as, can you get 3 people on there and you're all playing guitar and it actually works? I don't necessarily think that's what the benefit would be. I think it would be much more of connecting and going through a protocol. Like, do you guys have any thoughts? Or
I think my first thought was like, it'd be a great icebreaker for people. If you have a new member, you can say, hey, let's do a quick conference. You can meet everybody in the jam group, and you can also say, hey, this is a song I'd like to bring. Are you guys cool with the song? I can share the song sheet or the chords or whatever with you, and just kind of give a quick glimpse. So it's something to kind of bring down that level of apprehension for any new member that might be wanting to go to a jam club, but just kind of not sure how to cross that threshold. That was my first thought.
There are a ton of jam club jokes going on. Okay, okay, there's some really good jokes, but I want to just be really specific. Noah is asking for your ideas right now. So type in, regardless of geography, if you got together with a handful of people who were in your online group, because maybe they're not necessarily jam clubs at this point, what would you imagine doing? What would you imagine doing in that group on a monthly, weekly basis that you couldn't live without, if anything? Are there any ideas? We would love to kind of hear you. We'd love to hear you type them in.
Yeah. Could you cue that up, Levi? Just everybody turn their microphones on so we can hear the clickety-clack of the keyboard.
So if you have any ideas, we'll come back to those. If we don't see any comments, then, we'll just give up on the idea. We won't give up on the idea. Okay. All right. So you want to do small wins, or where are you at, Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
let's
there.
roll.
That's what we're rolling on to. Okay. All right. So for small wins coming in today, first one comes from Heron M. Finger picking was never on my radar until the Alex Trebek lesson last week. Now I'm hooked. Thanks, Tony.
Nice. Leave it up to Alex Trebek.
And BM Small Win, I think that's Bart. I have a guitar in my office now that allows me to play much more often than before.
Heck yeah.
And he also made that a guitar. You know you're a guitar geek when you keep guitars
Oh,
in your office so that you can play. All right, Bill H. is Small Win. Just put Santa Cruz strings on my new Seagull S6, plus tickets to see Emmylou Harris in Austin.
Oh, you know, it was her birthday yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before.
How old is she?
I don't know. She's always beautiful in my eyes.
Okay. I appreciate you telling me that Cindy Wilson was in Bozeman last week, like the day after she was in town.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're
you can tell
welcome.
that's still on my mind. Okay. Arva is back. It says Small Win. Finally back at playing the guitar. Had almost 4 months off. Sorry about that. You know what? You know you're a guitar geek when you were apologizing to people for not playing.
Oh, hey, man. Life will dish you some things. You gotta roll.
Yes. Eliza, Small Win. My Small Win is starting to hate the lick lessons a little less this month. I hope one day that feeling will disappear.
Less hate is welcome. That's great.
Don, Small Win. Friday will be my 33rd wedding anniversary.
All right. Congratulations.
Joe, Small Win. Very happy with the strap jack. Thanks for the recommendation.
Oh, cool. Nice.
John's big win. Played open mic on Monday. First time in months, and I felt really good about it.
Nice. Cheers. Good job.
Maybe, is this another one from, or maybe this one's Bart. Maybe, forgive me, maybe BM is somebody else, and here's Bart H. Or maybe they're both Barts. Maybe we're all just Bart. Bart H is Small Win. Last Tuesday, I went to a bluegrass jam in, is it Ghent or Gent, Belgium? Had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Maggie's Small Win. Under the Oaks album is officially released this Friday.
Heck yeah. I pre-ordered the vinyl for that.
Of course you did.
Hopefully it comes with a signature 10 on it.
Right. You like that? I like that signature.
That was a
there.
challenge.
Did you say a signature or 10?
Well, I don't know how many people
Like she
play-
signs it like 10
No,
times?
no, not. I mean, I'd love 10 Maggie signatures, but really, I was thinking of everybody that participated in the album. That's what I was thinking.
Right. My
So.
bad. Continue.
All right. and I'm sorry if I don't get to everyone's Small Wins. Got a couple more here. Scott, Small Win. I bought a Taylor 214 CE Deluxe, and my wife saw me admiring the Fender Acoustic 200 guitar amplifier. The next day, she brought one home for me. The combination sounds great.
Double win. Yeah.
Yeah, a double win. And Robert, Small Wins. I've learned of two amazing up-and-coming young guitarists worth getting acquainted with. Callum Graham.
Oh, yeah.
And Michael Cobrin.
Wow. How do you spell that last name, Noah?
Kobrin.
Nice. Callum Graham was actually just through Bozeman, but I've never heard of Michael. Sorry. This is obviously this is how my brain works.
Okay. And again, sorry if I missed anyone in there, but that seems to be all our... Oh, Claudia. That's why. She put in #win. Come on, Claudia.
No.
#small win. Come on. New to me guitar, Guild M20, 1968.
That's awesome. Oh, I've been looking at those on Reverb.
Oh, they just keep coming in. Fatih, Small Win. I finally got the timing of section 4 of the Bluegrass Rhythm.
Nice job.
And Marty's Small Win. Marty! Both guitars now have Santa Cruz strings. Love them. Thanks, Tony.
Awesome job. Can I share 2 small wins?
Please.
Okay, first small win. Acoustic Live Festival, obviously it's coming up June 22nd, 23rd in Bozeman. I just heard from Santa Cruz Guitar, and they're going to be sponsoring the event. More details to follow, but that's going to be very exciting for all of those in attendance. There's going to be a lot of goodies and things to check out. Some exposures to some guitars that you might not normally be able to play. You'll probably be able to play them. So more on that in future shows and parties. And also, small win for TAC. We just found out our birth date.
Yeah, we did.
You did.
We did.
You actually looked into that.
Well,
Yeah.
it was Levi. He's like, yesterday.
And when did he tell you?
Well, yesterday he's like, I know, I got our birth date. And I was like, oh. So I had to write it down.
Okay.
I think I have it committed to memory. So
let's test you on it.
The
then.
Tony's Acoustic Challenge birth date, official birth date, is Saturday, March 29th, 2014. Meaning, we just celebrated our 4th year.
Oh, hold on.
You got applause for that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, Pat.
yeah.
All right.
And
Okay.
so, I mean,
I don't know about you. I'm pumped.
that is ultra exciting to know that. But I also want to take a second. That's definitely a small win, but it's members that make TAC what it is. So I want to thank you guys for helping us make TAC what it is, for being with us through different changes and always helping us with ideas and feedback to kind of always raise the bar on Tony's Acoustic Challenge. So just a heartfelt thank you from all of us for being a part of this movement. It's just really exciting. So thanks for being a part of the family, and happy birthday to you guys as well. So any other small wins? Sorry, I kinda
with
went on
that
a
being
tangent.
said, I feel like I'm like the Neil Peart of TAC. They had this awesome band, and then they released their first album, with the original drummer.
Yeah.
But then Neil came in on the second album and has been with them ever since.
Yeah.
And really defined who Rush is.
I think that's a very accurate parallel.
And then people just forget that he was ever not there the first, album.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, just so you know, that's how I feel about you, Noah.
Oh, thanks.
In my mind, you were there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The third guy.
Thank you.
No.
Hey guys, so I know it's we are now at 5 past, so we've blown past our target, so we should give away some guitars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to acknowledge Wendy Drexler, who I think might be a new member. Wendy, let me know if you are. But a couple ideas came in for the virtual Jam Club discussion. So she said, like the open mic idea. So that's where you'd mute everybody. One person just takes the stage and can kind of practice playing in front of people.
Yeah.
Because it's probably a lot easier to do that virtually than people in a room. So it's like a baby step.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Maybe picking a song from the courses that people could work on together.
Oh, cool.
Maybe you could play one at a time.
That's a great idea.
Bob Garrity asked Noah if there's any limitations to how many jam clubs you can be in. I'll say that that's just not developed yet. We just don't know.
Yeah.
We're just still kind of watching how things are being used. And then Scott Townsend said others could watch and see what you are doing and offer suggestions, which I think is maybe just an add-on to the whole idea of, I go, I sign on with my jam group every month to just play in front of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether that's to get feedback or just to go through the motions and
Totally.
build that confidence, that seems to be like one of the bigger reasons to do it. So if you guys continue to have feedback and ideas, let us know, because I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. I think it's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do have those ideas, probably the easiest streamlined way is to simply kick me your ideas through the community forum. Going straight to me, by either mentioning at Noah or going to my profile and messaging me there. But of course, we can always receive emails at support@tonypolicastro.com as well.
All right.
Before doing guitar giveaways, did you have more?
I have one more
announcements?
announcement, and then you just mentioned Bob G, and I just wanted to. I know Bob G's a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and I just want to highlight the goal that Sidney Crosby scored. I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, where he's like coming in. It's overtime. He shoots the puck. It goes off the post. He skates through the slot, and he just baseball bats it into the net. I know you guys don't want it, but I do, and I thought it was amazing. And as soon as you said Bob G, that's exactly what I thought of. So
Did you see my eyes glaze?
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I know. I'm like it's great.
I didn't say Zelda, so you weren't all perked up. And I did have one more quick announcement, and I don't know how in depth I can get on this, but let's just say, since Levi and Noah showed me some recent developments with the Acoustic Tuesday show, I haven't slept solidly in 2 nights. We've got some things up our sleeve in regard to the Acoustic Tuesday show, making it, dare I say, an immersive experience for any viewer, making it easy to share and easy for guitar geeks to unite, and even more importantly, easy for guitar geeks to get addicted to the show, and even more important than that, allowing people that want to contribute to the show an avenue to do so. Again, I don't have a lot of details on it. I can't share a lot of details on it, but I can say this, that Acoustic Tuesday show is something that we started as kind of a, well, it was just an idea. It was 3 guys in the office thinking, this would be fun to do a show. Let's try it. And because of all of the viewers watching it, you guys, and your Guitar Geek friends, it's grown well past any dream or visual that we ever had for it. And now it's we're going to amplify the awesomeness like 42,000 times, 42,367 times, probably somewhere in that range. So I'm excited. So keep staying tuned.
I will tell you, just to give you some perspective, since we just celebrated our 4th birthday, I can say, I've thought about this. I can say that I've never, ever seen Tony this excited about something that we're about to do. So be warned.
And I get excited. I mean, that's not saying I don't get excited.
Right? Yeah, he gets excited about a lot of stuff.
This is like Whitney's trying to tell me like things like schedules. She's like, yeah, I got to go to this women in business meeting and I got to do this. And I'm just kind of looking at her, and all that's going on in my head is the Acoustic Tuesday show. And I'm sorry, Whitney, but that's what happened. I'm so excited. It is occupying 99.94% of my brain power. It's amazing I got through this show this party without completely just passing out. Are you looking at comments? I wish I could see the comments.
This one, there's something here. Robert Carhart Jr. says, watch what happens with AT. As we get more addicted, we'll probably need a 12-step fret program. And so I started, there's a shirt in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
This is
yeah.
my 12-fret program or something like that.
Right.
You know, Acoustic Tuesday, a 12-fret program. I don't know. There's something in there. There's something in there. I think you just started something. I don't know.
I love this. This is so much fun. Thank you guys for being here. I still have to give away a guitar. 3 guitars.
Okay.
Is it Dart? I'll do the Dart one first.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Okay, here we go.
Hold on. I got some background music. Oh.
Is it just happening?
Is it
Yeah.
Is it smooth jazz?
No. Hold on.
Wait,
Are you gonna throw them all together
What?
or one at a time? Like,
I have just one Dart.
Okay, here we go.
okay.
You ready?
This is for the practice badge winner person. And go.
From March.
Yeah.
Here we go. Can I go yet?
You can go.
Oh.
So
nobody
wins guitar.
I better pick 2 darts here. Oh, cracky.
See, I was gonna say something, but of course. Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
I got it. I'm gonna deliver this to you, Noah.
Okay. You know how
You need my marker. I don't have my marker.
you know how good I am at
Just
finding.
use the pen that's right on your desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could always do that.
I could always use that pen that's on my desk. Good call. That was a solid hit there.
Yeah, get back down to the office, Cole.
Is he watching from work?
He's like, dang it, I gotta get back down to the office. Congrats to whoever wins the guitar.
You know you're a guitar geek. Way. All right, Noah.
I love Joris's question. Hey guys, that New Year challenge song, is that already mashed? The Auld Lang Syne.
Oh, Levi. I don't know. Levi, is that match right there?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to make it up to you guys because I'm being so slow with this. So I need to come up with something because I'm blowing it. I need to get that rolling.
Well, you did. I mean, there was some technical adjustments you made to your work area.
We are finally just, even from last month, we've redone the awesomeness and efficiency.
I mean, speaking of boot camps, if you would have seen TAC headquarters like a week ago, you would have thought we had a ropes course in here with all the cords hanging everywhere.
There was some liability.
Yeah, but because I'm gonna actually pinpoint both Levi and Noah. These guys just rocked this office, and it looks really streamlined and super cool. And I feel safe. I finally feel safe. So thanks, guys.
Okay, we got the
You got it?
we got the monthly practice winner.
All right.
I almost feel like Levi should do this one because he's from France.
I'm not.
And that was
From
the
France?
first dart I threw.
What?
Was it?
Yes.
Whoa.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Whoa. And it's Bernard G.
All right.
Oh,
Congratulations.
yeah.
From
Okay. Oh, wow. Can you repeat that name? Okay.
Bernard G.
From.
From France.
All right. Well, congratulations, Bernard G.
Yeah.
You won yourself a Martin Dreadnought Jr. That's not too bad. Thanks for your dedication to practice. Now, not to steal Bernard G's thunder, because he did win a guitar. I mean, we have to acknowledge that. I'm going to give away 2 more right now, and that's where my craft project comes in here. It's not a milk jug, it's a water jug.
Correct.
I should explain who's in here,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
So as I mentioned before, the Acoustic Life Festival, June 22nd, June 23rd. Everybody that purchased their ticket by April 3rd, just yesterday, has been entered into, you've been entered into the milk jug, the water jug. And I'm going to pull 2 names from this, and those 2 people are going to win a guitar, a travel guitar, that you can bring to the Acoustic Life Festival.
Which travel guitar?
What's that?
Which
Well,
travel
one of them's going to be a Taylor GS Mini. One of them's going to be a Martin Dreadnought Jr. Okay, so let's say I'll pick out the GS Mini right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and so if you could lift it up to say about
Like
here,
here?
when you're choosing, yeah.
Like right here.
Well, when you choose, when
Sounds
you pick.
good over here.
Sure.
This is for the Taylor GS.
You can
Mini.
go lower, actually. I just got a nice close up
Is
here,
that
so
good?
we can.
Is that
Okay.
good?
Gotcha.
I got the name. This is the Taylor GS
Okay.
Mini name.
Okay.
And I would like to congratulate. Well, first of all, this person's obviously coming to the Acoustic Life Festival, so that's reason for celebration. But Dave Berger, you've won yourself a Taylor GS Mini.
Oh,
All right.
Congratulations, Dave.
It's a good day.
And I can't wait to meet you at the Acoustic Life Festival. So that's the Taylor GS Mini. Now shall I do the Martin Dreadnought Jr.?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
We're still applauding.
Oh, we're still applauding?
We're
Do you want me to wait?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Here we go. Right here, is this good? Sounds about right.
Don't rush it.
Digging deep on this one. There's a lot of names in here. Okay. Single name. This is for the Martin Dreadnought Jr. Lars Christensen.
All right.
Yeah.
Lars Christensen, congratulations. You won yourself a Martin Dreadnought Jr.
Okay. I think we lost something. I don't know. I don't know.
Just 3? What happened?
I don't know. Something locked up. I don't even know if people might be able to hear us, but maybe
Hopefully.
Comments are still rolling. They heard.
Did they hear the name? Can they hear us now? Should I ask more questions?
We might have to say, oh, yep. See, Bob says, way to go, Lars. So they heard Lars.
Okay, good.
They heard Lars. That's
Okay.
Man, this guitar party wore me out because I drank an
Here we go.
entire LaCroix.
Sorry, guys.
During
I
it.
got weird there for a second because my
Okay.
software killed my monitors and I thought everything
Oh.
broke. But everybody's excited.
Okay,
so-
good. Let me announce all the winners real quick.
Okay.
So we've got Bernard G from France, who won himself a Martin Dreadnought Jr. for completing March's practice plan. So congratulations, Bernard
Yeah.
G. Then we've got Dave Berger, who's coming to the Acoustic Life Festival. Not only is he coming to the Acoustic Life Festival June 22nd, June 23rd in Bozeman, he also won himself a Taylor GS Mini. And we have Lars Christensen, who won himself a Martin Dreadnought Jr., and he's also coming to the Acoustic Life Festival June 22nd, June 23rd in Bozeman. Holy smokes. It's a lot of guitar geekiness right there. A lot of guitar geekiness, a lot of good vibes.
And you know, we're okay with latecomers. Like,
Totally.
you should still get your ticket because this is going to be so awesome. And when
I'm
we
pumped.
decided at first, we had all sorts of thoughts. Maybe you could get in if you were local, or maybe you could come if you were a non-TAC member. But
Yeah.
we're very excited that this is basically an exclusive Tony's Acoustic Challenge event, and so, man, the more
Yeah.
the better. Like,
Absolutely.
let's unite, if you will.
Heck yeah. I mean, I'm so pumped to have this many TAC members under one roof enjoying music and guitar, and with the addition of Santa Cruz as a sponsor, which I just found out on Monday. I'm super pumped on that. And as Levi mentioned, latecomers are totally welcome. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet and you're a TAC member and you're sitting there, you know what? This if you're thinking that would be really fun. I not only want to check out Bozeman because it's like an hour away from Yellowstone, but I also want to go and hang out with fellow guitar geeks, meet my fellow TAC members in person, hang out with us three, and I'm assuming our spouses will make an appearance at some point.
Yeah, probably.
When are we gonna have
Levi's pumped.
we're gonna have them run the ticket booth?
Yeah. But seriously, it's going to be just a big Guitar Geek TAC family in one spot, and I'm ultra excited. I know Levi and Noah are pumped as well.
AcousticLifeFestival.com
Oh,
to get
yeah.
your tickets.
Awesome. Is that it, guys?
That's it.
That's
I
a
think.
hell of a party, let me tell you. There was laughing, there was crying, there was a blackout.
Yeah, I had to like move
It's like
the
pretty much
camera.
any party.
I had to move the camera off
Right.
of me, like when I was getting misty and tearing up.
Laughing, crying, blackout, darts,
Yeah.
Pomplamoose.
Yes.
I mean,
Guys, so pumped for next month.
Guitar Party number 45 is in the books.
Yeah.
On to 46. So let me just take a second and again, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of Guitar Party number 45. Thank you for becoming a TAC member. Thank you for being a TAC member, and thank you for helping us with the 4th year birthday celebration that we randomly just had. Really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you sharing your time with us and being a part of the Tony's Acoustic Challenge family. It is, of course, because of you all that you guys make TAC what it is. You make it incredibly special and an awesome place to be. So thank you so much. And from Levi, Noah, myself, we just can't thank you enough. Appreciate you joining this guitar party, and we look forward to seeing you next month on Guitar Party number 46. So keep on strumming and smiling, and we'll see you next month. Cheers. My name is Tony Policastro. I'm part of an underground group of acoustic guitar enthusiasts you've probably never heard of. We're not here to play face-melting guitar solos or judge other guitar players. Our purpose is much greater than that. For us, it's about expanding our quality of life through music and having fun with our guitar, not just mastering it. Getting better at guitar is proof that we do have what it takes to be a guitar player, which means we can build stronger bonds with friends and create lasting musical family traditions. But if you asked a guitar snob or a music academic, they would turn up their nose and say their way is better. Yet this way of seeing the guitar is changing lives every single day. We follow a specific framework and set of values that keeps us focused on what matters most: human connection, constant progress, and fun. It's happening, and we call it living the acoustic life. This is our acoustic life, and these are our stories.